Hi, welcome to my channel. Please hit that sub and like button if you find this helpful. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Crafting the highest evasion in ES armor. Open 2 internet browser and go to POE2 craft. Have one in calculator and one in emulator. We will need both to help us understand how to craft and be easier to show you. We are going with the sleek armor because it has the highest evasion and ES. Item level set to 80 or higher. Now we will have a sheet of everything we can roll for the armor. We need to roll 3 prefixes and 3 suffixes. And the new desecrated we can add in to help us get that perfect armor. Essences we can also use, but we won't need them for this craft. Now we go to the emulator and start crafting. Put the same sleek armor. Set it to level 80 or higher. Have the quality set to 20. Okay, we have our armor and ready for crafting the highest evasion in ES, but before we start, there is a trick in getting 2 perfect rolls guaranteed. Let me just add 2 greater iron runes into it first. In order to get the highest evasion in ES rolls guaranteed, we look at which 2 prefixes that will give us the highest rolls. I will mark them with red, so you will know which 2 to look for. Now let's go to buy those 2 armor. Put in sleek jacket, set it to item level minimum to 80, stats filters with evasion, rating with 124, just like this. You want to look for a line that says P1, then check that number closest to perfect as possible, or just buy the perfect one, because this is guaranteed on the armor. This has the stats we want, and it is only for 1 EX, so let's buy this. Sometimes people are trolling and not reply back, so let's look for a few more. Watch out for this. You see P1 plus P2. That means it has 2 rolls added to it. We only looking for 1 P1 line. Also do not buy corrupted armors, because it won't work. It has to be magic or rare with no corruption. Now it's getting expensive, so hopefully you got one for under 5 EX. Next we will look for the other stats we needed. Just copy what I do here. Put 107 for minimum stats, but you can put 110 for max. Oh, there is 1, and it's only 1 off from perfect. Let me look for a few more just in case. Remember, you only look for 1 line with P1, and it's not corrupted. Okay, after you brought those armors, we can go on and start the craft. This is also new. The Recombinator, it lets you combine 2 stats together. Yep, that's right. You can combine 2 stats of your choice into 1 armor. This can work for anything like gloves, rings, ammi. So we will select the 2 stats we want to combine together. In this case, the 2 stats we brought for the market. It will tell you your chance for success, which is pretty good at 20%, and we will use Omen of Recombination for even higher chance. Success! Beautiful! 2 guaranteed perfect tier 1 stats. So now back to our emulator and see what we can do here. Let's put those 2 stats we have on the armor and see. Let me get it as close as possible to our stats. I love using this emulator. It helps me learn a lot about crafting, and it's great for beginners to play around without wasting your resources in game. Now we have the 2 stats. Just look at the armor's evasion in ES. Already so high, and we still can get 1 more prefixes to increase it more. Here is where it will get more complicated and our NG involved. I will do my best to explain it, and hope you will come up with new ideas to craft on your own. This is the one we want to hit for the highest possible roll. If we can get tier 1 roll on this, then you will have one of the highest evasion and ES armor out there. This is not what we want to hit, because it will give us life and not more to maximum shield. I want you guys to look at this. It says defenses on it. All the stats we have on this armor right now are all defenses. This will determine which family group we can roll for if we add omens into it. This omen, homogenizing exaltation, will allow us to roll for the same family group that is on our armor, which will guarantee us to get the last prefixes with a defenses family roll. Which means we can only roll for the remaining 2 defenses prefixes, which will increase your evasion and ES. Hopefully we don't hit the life defenses one. 50-50 chances here. We also have to use the Sinistral Exaltation Omen to add only prefixes. If you don't use this, you will most likely hit a suffixes defenses roll. You activated those omens. Now you have to decide if you want to use Greater Exalted or Perfect Exalted. The price difference are like nights and days. So depending on how deep your pocket is, because we are on the emulator, we can play around and see the difference. Obviously the perfect will give you the highest chance for tier 1 roll, but sometimes you can also get below a greater exalted roll. If you hit the not life one, it will most likely be above 1400 evasion and 400 to 500 ES, which is what we are looking for. If you get the life roll, then it will be below the 1400 evasion. Hope by now you have a pretty good understanding of family groups and how to avoid and how to increase your chances of rolling for the stats you want. Get creative and come up with insane ways of crafting. Let's say we hit what we wanted. Now what's next? We have 3 suffixes left, so let's see what we can get. Looking at this chart, if we continue to use the Homo Omen, we can hit the 2 defenses. So depending on what you need, you might want them or avoid them. I know a lot of people will want the resistance on their armors, so that only leave us a few options here. Since we don't have any resistances family group, it will require a lot of our NG, but before that, let's say we want those defensive stats. We will activate another homogenizing exaltation omen for the same family group. If you want both defenses rolls, we will activate greater exaltation omen for the double rolls. This is pretty much guaranteed those 2 rolls. Here you will also have to decide to use greater or perfect exalt for the rolls. Let's say you only wanted the deflection and not energy shield. We will deactivate the greater exaltation, but this will become a 50-50 chance. Let's say you hit the deflection you wanted. You have 2 more suffixes and you want resistance. Best way to avoid a lot gamble is just use the rib here for the desecration. Hopefully we will get the chaos resistance. Pick the one you need the most. Now that you have added the resistance family group into your armor, you can now use the Homo Omen to increase your chance of getting the last roll for resistance. But beware, you have to look which other family group you also can roll to. Now that we have it all down, let's jump into the real crafting. Activate our Homo. Activate our Sinistral Exaltation. Go grab our Perfect Exalt because we are ballers. Just kidding, I am actually pretty broke. But we will use it anyways. Shit, we hit the life 1. But tier 1 life defenses. Okay, back to our sheet. Now it have life part of the family group. We will have a chance of rolling life suffixes too. And we do not want to risk the chance of getting life regeneration. So I think it's best to just use the rib here and get resistances. We want resistances here. But wait, This spirit reservation is hard to get, and if we do get this, I will pick this over resistance. But of course that depends on your build, and if you need the extra spirits. We got our resistance. Now best here would be using the Homo and the Greater Exaltation for 2 more resistances with it. But the family group is pretty big, so might not end up with triple resistances. Okay, let's finish this. Make sure to activate this Omen of Abyssal Echoes for extra roll, just in case. Okay, we got our double resistances that we wanted now for the last 2.
The soul is beckoning. Ulamak answers.
Have our Homo on. The Greater Exalt on. And since we didn't really get what we wanted, we will use a Greater Exalt here. And of course, we still got that life regen we tried so hard to avoid. But it's okay. I hope this video helped a lot of you to learn how to craft endgame gears. I know it was confusing for me, and there is so much to learn in this game. I hope this shows you some aspects of this new crafting system. Leave a comment if you have questions, and what you guys would like me to craft next. Also don't forget to hit that sub and like button. Thank you for watching. Happy crafting!